Hello and welcome to a special Power of the Dice side. We are here with the announcement of Way of the Force, the new boosters coming out. Now, this is my review on them. This is my feelings on them. I know everyone's going to have different opinions. You know, nobody can be wrong about their opinion, so remember that. I'm very judgmental though, so let's give this a go. So anyway, first of all, this is the box. If you would like to take a quick look here, that's old Princess Leia. So what can we see from an old Princess Leia in the background? We've got one shield and one focus. Brilliant. That's all we really know. You won't find much more about that, as well as what looks like a Dooku with a resource cost. We're here, though, for some juicy gossip. And here we go. So, I have no idea how to pronounce this, but we're going to give it a go. Bo Katran Cries. Deathwatch Lieutenant. Okay. My view on her. Love this woman. 12 health. Great start. 20 points. 3 range, that's good. 2 melee, that's good, let's face it. 1 shield, 1 resource, the special. 2 deal damage, do 2 damage to a character, or 3 damage if you have an villain upgrade on your character, which brings us to her effect. You can include yellow villain upgrades in your deck. Now, she's 20 points. So I'm going to pair her with Yoda. Yoda, pretty good at getting resources. Yeah, I can't argue that. Then I'm going to put Crime Lord in the deck. Now we're talking. Easy way to get Crime Lord. Whacking up that damage. Oh look, Yoda can change something to a special. Have a Crime Lord. Loving this. This is going to be a lot of fun to play with. It doesn't mean it's going to be competitive. I just love the idea of it. Points wise, I'm actually quite keen on her being this points. Obviously we had a couple of others for yellow with kind of similar costing. I've never been a fan of. Obviously Sabine is pretty damn good. I've never run her myself, but that's my feelings on this one. I love this woman. Alright, so we've got a new plot, built to last. What I like about this is they're actually a blue plot, so it's not grey anymore. It's still neutral, so you can use it obviously for villains and heroes. Happy days. Now, each of your unique upgrades has the redeploy keyword. Happy with that? After you play a unique upgrade, you may exhaust this plot to gain a resource. Now, a lot of people have been saying that this is a really good combination with Master of the Council. I think it's 4 points. Okay, it's quite a lot. Who are you going to be putting Master of the Council with to have 2 people to be able? It just seems like a lot in all your eggs in one basket. Essentially, yeah, it might work. I can't imagine it working. And for 4 points, I mean, don't get me wrong. The occasional time I might have 2 or 3 points left, and I will get a plot. But I don't think I've ever had 4. And I mean, a little short of having, I don't know, maybe a Leia and the new Luke, which we'll get to in a second. I can't think of many things that give me 4 points, but that's my opinion. Right? Formidable. Now, that is an amazing piece of art. I really like that. I'm a big fan of that already. So, we've got 2 melee, 2 shield sides, obviously a 1 and a 2, and 2 special sides and a blank. Deal 1 damage to an opponent's character. If that damage was not blocked, you may move an equipment or weapon from that character to another one of your opponents. I love this. Think of this with Jango Fett. That's all I need to say. They roll a character in, or they roll in. You then activate Jango. You then use this, hopefully, obviously you've got this special for a start, and hopefully I haven't got shields on. You hit the other character, which then sends the equipment to the character that's already rolled out, therefore negating a dice instantly. I'm a big fan of this. I think there's a lot of potential and a lot of plays for this. Yeah, I'll probably run it. Furious Assault. Spot 2 red characters or General Grievous to roll all of your weapon dice on 1 character back into the pool. Now, obviously Grievous will be coming up too, but 4 pieces of equipment. I like this. I like this a lot, and especially with things like Riot Baton, I can see this being absolutely brutal. 2 points. By the time you've got a load of stuff on Grievous, it could be quite hard, but who knows? It's be good to see. Right. And that also works with both General Grievuses. General Grievous, the fearsome cyborg. Now, before anyone gets too excited on this card, I'm just going to show you, so we've got Vader here. Okay, we're going to compare the two, and we're going to set our feelings on this. In the comment section, please let me know how you feel about this guy, because this is the one I'm not sold for either way. I mean, we've had characters in the past where we see the new Palpatine come out, for example, Darth Sidious. Everyone's like, yeah, and I'm not a big fan of him. Everyone thought he was going to be amazing during the announcement. I don't really see him played that a lot, so we'll see how this works. But fearsome cyborg, 13 health, which puts him, as I said, we're comparing him literally with Vader, puts him in line with Vader. A 1, a 2, and a 3 compared to a 2 and a 3. So already he's rolling out more damage sides. A 2 disrupt. Well, funny enough, Vader has a 2 disrupt. A 1 resource. Funny enough, Vader has a 1 resource. The only difference is he's got the 1 damage compared to a 1 shield. He is 1 point cheaper. 1 point cheaper. That is ridiculous. And his ability, right? Vader, you can force your opponent to discard a card. Alright, don't get me wrong, that can be pretty good, but they pick the unprofessionalism. Phone call during, bad, slap on the wrist. Alright, losing a card from their hand, yeah, that can be great. I've played decks before where I sit there and go, I could throw cards away all day, it doesn't bother me. Ignore all play restrictions on weapons played on this character. He can have 1 additional upgrade, and that doesn't say weapon upgrade. He can have 1 additional upgrade. I'm happy with that. I think that's brilliant. Power action. If all 4 of his character... Sorry, I'll start again. If 4 of his character's weapon dice are in your pool, deal 4 damage to a character. So if you have 4 weapons on him, and you can roll them in, you keep them on the field, power action to do 4. Now, with that last card we just looked at, of his Furious Soul, you can roll them back into the pool. I think there is a lot of potential, but again, a lot of setup. The fact that I think he's slightly better than Vader and cheaper worries me a bit. However, when you compare the decks, blue is going to have a lot more mitigation than red. Red I find is quite lacking, but then you've got things that give you shields and a load of other stuff. I think it just depends who you're going to pair him with. I love him. I don't think we're going to see him in the top tier. Who knows? So, then we got his wheel bike. This thing, I loved this. When I was a kid, I had the toy of it. I loved it. It was brilliant. Alright, a 1 range, 2 melee, a plus 3 melee, a disrupt, and a discard. Power action, spend 1 resource or spot Grievous to ready this support. So you get 2 goes with it. Yeah, alright. It's fair enough. It's not terrible. Not great. You know, it's unique. I prefer the Bumbers for Rebel, but, you know, I can't argue with it. It's alright. It's alright. The new Luke. 15 points, 12 health. Yeah, this is pretty tanky for 15 points, okay? Especially when you see his sides. You've got the 1 focus, you've got the 1 shield, you've got 2 shield, a 2 shield, and a 1 resource. You may resolve the shield dices on this character as if they were melee damage on this dice, not character. Power action, move a blue ability from this character to another blue character. Love it. I love it, because if you have rolled him out and you've resolved that dice, power action, shift it over, get another go with it, obviously unless it's exhaust. I love it. I love it. I think he's so good. It's just working out who to combine him with. Now, I'm going to be running him in a layer, because that way you've got the extra points to spend on some plots. You can do a hell of a lot of melee damage. If you need shields, you can go for a hell of a lot of shields. You can pretty much build a shield deck around it. I think he's going to be great. I love it. I love it. I really do. The artwork as well is amazing. Who doesn't love a bit of Mark Hamill? Will it fit in a deck? Yeah, I think it will. Will we see it in the top tier? It's got potential. I mean, you know, you could do Qui-Gon and 1 of him, and then you get a lot for that. Who knows? Who knows? Luke Skywalker's a lightning rod. 2 cost. 1 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage, 1 shield, 1 resource. While this upgrade is attached to Luke Skywalker, you may resolve melee damage sides of this dice as if they were shields. Even just without that ability, I think that's a really nice bit of kit. There's no modifiers, there's no cost to it. You compare that to like a holdout blaster, which is or yeah, Hold It Blaster. You've got 1, you've got the plus, and then you've got the cost. I really love this as a weapon, and I think that's going to be quite played. Obviously, you've got your Ancients, and there's a lot of other cards out at the moment that you see, but I think this has got quite a lot of use for it. Obviously, if you're running Luke as well, I think it's kind of a no-brainer. But alright, one of my favourite cards. I love this. That artwork is fantastic. That was the first thing I saw. I didn't even read the card when I first saw it. I went, I love this card. Alright, Underhanded Tactics. Yellow villain. 2 +1 range sides, discard, and 2 specials. Deal 1 indirect damage to an opponent. You may resolve another one of your dice. Now, bear with me a second. Let's go back to this chick. Combining her with Yoda. Alright, so we can put yellow villain upgrades in the deck. Remember that. We've got that special. Do apologise for flicking through. Easiest way for me to do it. You may resolve another one of your dice. So, you use Yoda. Let's say you resolve specials. Let's say you've got the Yoda, you've got this. You can then do this to then resolve another dice in the same turn. So it's like a second action, essentially. Obviously, you've got cards like Cheat, but you combine this with as I said, Yoda and the new chick. I think that has a lot of potential and a load of damage that you can do with it. I mean, she had a 3 ranged. You could use the Yoda special, change her to 3 ranged, activate this, do an indirect, then use that other dice. In a special deck, I generally think this is going to be absolutely brutal, because you might need that resource to Crime Lord or whatever. I think this, for 1 cost as well, I think this has a hell of a lot of potential. It's indirect. I don't care. I love indirect. Indirect decks have been great fun. I think this will go far. For 1 cost, I think this will really go far. Alright, that brings us all the way around. So, that is my opinion. I love some of these cards. Obviously, we have actually a couple of spoilers coming our way, which we will get soon, and as soon as we do, we'll upload the video, blah, 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 all the usual rubbish. That's my input. I hope you enjoyed it. That's Power of the Dice Side, signing out. Here's a good one.